So let's talk about feeling bad. As humans, we go through a roller coaster of emotions, but what do we really do with it? How do we respond to it? How do we use it? Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to SimpleSpiritualityPH. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Regine. I am an intuitive, manifesting-based tarot reader. I'm a Reiki healer and an overall lightworker. And before we dive into today's episode, I would like to invite everyone who would like to receive notifications of my new videos to please hit the subscribe button over there. If you like this video later on, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or suggestions you want to say, hey, just comment down below. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me, online for now, of course, here are the details. Done? Good. Just had a drink of coffee. All right, so let's get to the meat of the video. Now, if you've been around my channel for a while, or if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, you know that I am big on eliminating negativity, or rather transforming negative energy into positive energy, because again, energy cannot be created or destroyed. And I'm also big on positive energy and positive thinking and affirmations and really focusing on good beliefs, because I'm also a conscious manifester. And I am also an energy healer, and I work with energy all the time. And I know how detrimental negative energy is, and how supportive and progressive and just overall love positive energy is. But I think more than that, what a lot of people are curious to really know is, how do you even start to address a negative kind of emotion, or even like a negative thought? You know, it's so easy for me to say to anyone, and even to myself, to just think positively, or don't think about that at all. You know, just don't think about the negative thought, or just don't feel the negative feeling at all. And to some extent, yes, that's possible. It's actually very easy to flip a negative thought to a positive one. And it's also very easy to feel better once you know how to kind of get that ball going. But how do you even start, right? What happens when you're in the midst of all this chaos and all this bad feeling and all this negative thinking all around you? I think that's what people really need to know, or really want to know rather, is how do I start it? How do I get to that point where I can actually do this consciously, you know? So recently I've had a experience about this. As you all know, I went through the 4-week Summer Shred Challenge of Chloe Ting, and I'll link it up here, my results up here. And my results were amazing. I loved the results that I got. And so I decided to do I decided to go through another challenge, which was the Hourglass Challenge. And I was so stoked for it. I was so pumped up for it. And somewhere along the way, work started to get a little bit more heavy, workload-wise, I mean. And there were a lot of things we needed to do around the house. And so I found myself that by the latter half of that challenge, of that Hourglass Challenge, I did not have that much time to do it, until finally it tapered off to me not having time to do it within the day. I mean, if I remember correctly, the last 3 exercises, the last 3 days that I was supposed to do the exercise, I actually got sick. I mean, I got colds, I had colds, and I was having an allergic reaction to something. I get allergic rhinitis a lot, and yes, I know the reason for that spiritually. And yeah, so I wasn't even able to do the last 3 days of the challenge. And that was really heartbreaking for me, because I was on a roll and I had a goal that I wanted. I had a goal that I set for myself after the challenge. And I was so excited that I even bought a couple of new clothes that would now fit my new size. Yeah, my new size, basically. So that was really heartbreaking for me. I mean, here I was so stoked, right? And then all of a sudden I realized that I wasn't going to be reaching my goal. So I was really, really sad about that. I actually found myself feeling like a failure. And I found myself feeling like I didn't try hard enough, basically, because everyone gets 24 hours in a day. I could have done it at 11 p.m., right? If I really wanted to, something like that. And I told myself that maybe I didn't want it enough because I actually didn't make the time for it. Because again, I could have done it at 1 a.m. I could have done it at 2 p.m., 2 a.m. in the morning, or like at 11 p.m. in the evening, anything like that. I could have found a way to fit that in, and that was true. If I really, really worked all my time, if I used up all the hours of the day, I would have found the time to like sneak that in, you know? But then I realized that, again, being spiritual is really not about stopping a negative thought per se, or stopping a negative feeling per se. It's really all about balancing, balancing that when you experience something negative, when you feel something negative, and your reaction to it, you know? It's all about being okay, even if you receive that negative feeling, even if you receive that negative thought, you know? So what did I actually do at that time? And this is something concrete that you can do for yourselves as well. Whenever you find yourself in that situation, that you feel like a failure, that you feel like you didn't reach your goal, as I did at that time, which was like a couple of months ago, like a month ago, oh no, just a month ago actually. So the first thing I did was I didn't push the feeling away. I felt bad and I owned up to it. I felt bad that I didn't make the time to do it. You know, I felt bad that I didn't take 11 p.m. to do it. I felt bad that I didn't take the time of 2 a.m. or like 3 a.m. to do it when I could have. You know, if I really, really wanted to use up all the hours of my day to just kind of do it religiously, there was time, technically speaking. And I just owned up to it. I didn't try to push that feeling away. I didn't try to say, no, I'm not going to feel this way. I'm not going to feel like a failure. But in fact, I did, you know, I did. And I think that's one of the most powerful things that anyone can do whenever they feel bad, is to really just own it for that time being. Why? Because having responsibility over something is also having dominion over it. When you name something that is yours, when you say that I created that, you can also say I can destroy it. It's that simple. So whenever you feel bad, the first important thing, the most important thing actually, the first step and the most important thing is to really take responsibility for it. Because in taking that responsibility, you recognize that you created something, you can equally destroy it as well. And so that's one of the most powerful things that you can do when it comes to a negative thought and a negative feeling. And that is the first step to tackling any negative feeling and any negative thought, is to take responsibility and go a step further. Take dominion over it. Give it a name so that you can destroy it just as easily as you created it. All right? So that's the first step. Now, the second step that I did was to really remind myself that change is the only permanent thing in this world. And I found recently that that is one of the most powerful things also when it comes to, let's say, manifesting something, or when it comes to feeling overwhelmed, or when it comes to thinking in a certain kind of thought pattern that you feel like you can't get out of. The only constant thing in this world and the only permanent thing in this world is change, which means that every second, every millisecond, every nanosecond carries the potential of a reality that you want in that particular time. So, at any point in time, I could actually have I could actually call in the reality of me having enough time to do exercises. At any point in time, at any nanosecond in time, I could bring in the reality, I could manifest the reality of me not even needing to exercise in order to lose weight, which actually A lot of people manifest. A lot of people manifest good bodies with just by manifesting. Duh. And I've done that with my eyelashes. I used to have really bad eyelashes. Like my eyelashes were even non-existent. And one day I just started to say, I love my eyelashes. And I noticed that they grew. And now when I flick my eyes, you'll think that I'm wearing mascara, but I'm not. That's my normal. Those are my newly manifested lashes. And they didn't used to be this way in the past. So yeah, every nanosecond, every smallest unit of time, please tell me what it is because I don't know what it is, but every smallest unit of time carries with it the potential to have your perfect reality in it, basically. And it follows that if change is permanent, then there is always that possibility. It is always just waiting to happen for you, right? So whenever you do feel stuck, remember that every second carries with it the reality of you being unstuck. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, every second carries with it the potential for you to feel better, for you to actually get the knowledge in order to achieve your goal or be in the reality that you want to be in. You know, that's a very powerful statement that I've been telling myself for that particular thing. And actually, since then, I found that my weight hasn't, what do you call this? My weight hasn't fluctuated. It stayed at a particular, it's kind of maintained. And I didn't go back to my old measurements. So every minute, I have been telling myself that every minute carries with it the potential of me losing weight. Every minute carries the potential of it with me being sexier and sexier every day, you know? So that is one thing to always remember. And this is a fact. So it's not like it's an opinion that you can or cannot take. Of course you can, but it's not like you can deny the existence of it because it is a law. Every second carries with it the potential for change, you know? So that is the second thing. So the third thing is really just to come to terms with your own, with everything that happened, with all the stuff that had happened so far. Yes, you've already accepted it. Yes, accepted it. Yes, you've already taken responsibility for it. And yes, you've already gotten yourself in the mindset of knowing that every second carries with it the potential for change and the potential for your reality that you want to happen and your reality that you want to experience. Now is the time when you get to that point in time. That is the time when you can start to flip the negative thoughts. That is the time when you can start to affirm for yourself. That is the time when you can start to visualize better for yourself. That is the time when you build yourself up again, you know? Because more often than not, we fail at building ourselves up because there's still a lot of negative thoughts over there. There's still a lot of, the residents of negativity are still there in our minds and in our hearts. And we kind of want to take that out first, you know? It's kind of like moving into a new house, but there's still old furniture in it, and you kind of want to get rid of that old furniture before you can bring in your old furniture, or your own furniture, rather. So you kind of want a clean house first before you settle in with that new belief system of yours, with the new thought patterns for yourself, with the thoughts of potential, with the thoughts of new possibilities, and with the thoughts of success, actually. All right? So this sounds very familiar to something that I have, one of the videos that I did also in the past. I'll probably link it here or here if I remember what the name is. I think it's about negativity as well, what to do with negativity. But yeah, basically, that's it. That's a very concrete way to approach things. That's a very concrete way to approach any negative thought, any negative feeling at that point in time. You know, if you're feeling bad, go ahead. Just own it, you know, feel it, take responsibility for it, give it a name if you want, and then allow yourself to just really take dominion over it so that you can change it really and truly and at the source, take dominion over it. Allow yourself to really understand that every second carries with it the potential for change, and it will always do that because change is the only permanent thing in this world, And then when you're feeling better, when you're feeling when you've actually brought yourself to the place of where you can boost yourself back up again, that's when you start your affirmations. That's when you start boosting yourself. That's when you start your good visualizations. That's where you start injecting all of that good stuff, all of that positive energy right in. All right? So I hope this helps. I hope this was very concrete for you. If you guys want more stuff like this, like a step-by-step of concrete things to do, just comment down below. If you would like to receive notifications of my new videos, please hit the subscribe button over there. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me, online for now, of course, here are the details. And that's it for now. I hope this was of use to you. You can play this anytime that you need a reminder. Try to remember this whenever you're feeling bad or whenever you're feeling down or whenever you're thinking negative thoughts. Every second carries with it the potential of change, and that change could be the reality that you want. All right? So yeah, that's it for now. Stay happy, stay healthy, and ciao for now.